Hello, YouTube. Perez Hilton here, and I just finished watching the 40-minute part 1 of Shane Dawson's 8-part series on problematic YouTuber Jake Paul. And I have to start off by being thoroughly transparent. I'm making this video for views. Do I care about Jake Paul? No. I am using Shane Dawson and the momentum behind his series to get views for myself and how fabulous I am. But also, applause to Shane, and whether I like him or not, applause to Jake Paul, because the fact that I'm even making this video says something about the platform of YouTube, the relevancy of the creators on here. I'm a celebrity blogger who took 40 minutes of his time to watch part 1 of an 8-part series on Jake freaking Paul. And I have a lot of thoughts. And I hope that Shane watches this, because I sincerely hope he's not fully done editing his 8-part series yet, so that maybe he could take some of my notes, constructive criticism said with love, and from that of somebody 10 years older than him, and also somebody who's been around show business longer than Shane. And I'm not telling him what to do or how to do it. He clearly is doing a lot of things very well. I'm just sharing my feedback if he wants to make it even better, or how I think he can make it even better. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna watch the other ones. Watching this one was a chore, and to his credit, once again, I found this part 1 very enjoyable. Mostly because Jake Paul was not on it. He was not a part of part 1. Shane has not gotten to that yet. And also, I loved that this video, the first part, featured iNabber, whom, is there a way for you guys to find out when I started following somebody? I've been following iNabber for at least a month plus, maybe 2 months or longer. At least a month. I know it was while I was still in Las Vegas. And I love his videos. So he's the real star of this part 1. And the fact that Shane did that, he's very smart. Shane has a lot in common with Jake Paul, and that may surprise you watching right now. I'll get into the specifics and allegations against Jake Paul and what was discussed in the video, but Shane has done a lot of the same things that Jake Paul has been accused of. Wait, this light's driving me a little crazy. Let me move. Shane, Jake, Shake. I should just call them Shake. It's a Shake video. The next one, who knows when it'll be out in. Actually, the frequency of releasing is an interesting thing. I really hope it's not 1 a week. This does not need to be dragged out for 2 months. It should be 2 a week, please. But I don't even know if I'll be watching them. Anyways, Shane, some people could argue, is using and exploiting younger talent than him and making them famous. And there are questions out there if Shane is getting a percentage from these people. You know, that hater of his whom he confronted and then gave a day on his own channel, which iNabber has previously spoken about in one of his videos. His camera guy, his boyfriend. Shane's got his own Team 10 going on. And I want to know, does Shane get a cut of all of these people that he's helped make into his posse and elevated their profiles as well? And frankly, I think he deserves it. Honestly, he should get a piece of it, because Shane Dawson has the ability to, like that in 2018, turn iNabber from iNabber when I knew him to now iNabber is going to be a major force to be reckoned with on YouTube. I got to check Social Blade tonight, but I have a feeling that his subscribers are going to be going through the roof over the next 24 hours. And deservedly so. I find that little Brit highly entertaining. All right. Before I even get into the specifics, I would say, well, let's just get into the specifics. Jake starts off the video by playing a clip from, Shane starts off the video by playing a clip of Jake that paints him out to be sympathetic. 2018, Jake is sympathetic, warning Shane not to make this video. Interesting way to start it, right? The first feeling you have towards him is, oh, maybe he's not that bad of a guy. But like a smart filmmaker and editor, the rest of the show is, well, actually, he shouldn't be trusted and he's a sociopath. Basically, this whole series is about not just Jake Paul, but also YouTubers and if they're sociopaths or not. And that's where Shane kind of instantly lost me. Do I think that Jake Paul is a sociopath? No. He's a douchebag, but he's not a sociopath. Is Jake Paul going to go out and murder somebody? No. Are YouTubers sociopaths? Maybe some, but as a whole, no. They're just narcissists. I'm a narcissist. Shane is a narcissist. Jake is a narcissist. We love sharing. We love hearing ourselves talk. We love people interacting with us. Shane isn't Mother Teresa. He's a YouTuber. And it's funny that he is trying to paint himself to be kind of like Mother Teresa. Oh, I just want to help everybody and cry and be therapeutic and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, Shane, I love you, but you're not Oprah, okay? You're Shane Dawson. You're evolving, you're changing, you're growing, and I love that. You know, that's why you're really successful in 2018, and you have been for a long time on YouTube, but your career went to this next level in this year. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I almost would have been more interested if it was just about Jake Paul and not trying to make it this bigger thing. Is he a sociopath? He's not. He's not a sociopath. He's a YouTuber. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm a sociopath. Some people have said that, but I'm not really. And also, Jake, I keep getting their names mixed up because they're so monosyllabic. Shane went into this with a preconceived notion of the outcome he wanted, which is also a mistake. But it's okay. He says that he wants to change Jake's life. Why? Why do you want to change his life? It's to shine light upon something or expose them or just give them the opportunity to be seen for whom they really are. That's enough. That's all you need to do. You don't need to fix. You're not Yanla either. Like, don't, just do you, be you, and let Jake Paul be Jake Paul. And honestly, also, I don't pay too much attention to Jake Paul like Shane says in the video that he doesn't. But from my grasp of things, Jake Paul has done a good job of growing and maturing. And that's also something to make note of. Not once in this video does Shane mention Jake Paul's age. And let me be accurate. Jake Paul is 21 years old. Not exactly a baby, but that's still very young, okay? He's just 21 years old. He's been on YouTube since he was a baby, basically. I gotta thank Shane, though. I loved my little cameo in your video. I appreciate that, and I loved seeing the cameos from a lot of other YouTubers I enjoy. Trisha Paytas, David Dobrik, and many others were littered throughout. Very smart of Shane, because it'll get those people talking about his show. Very smart. Shane Dawson is crafty and clever, smart. But he's almost dumbing down himself and his material. I think Jake, why am I having brain farts? I think Shane knows a lot of these questions that he's asking. I almost wish he didn't ask. It's just a stylistic thing. I almost wish that he didn't phrase them as questions, and I wish almost that he said, well, I feel like, or this is the perception, you know, you're an expert. I want your observations. He let iNabber do that more so than him. He was asking the questions, but it could have been a conversation with iNabber where you're asking each other questions or just sharing your both of each other's opinions. They posed the question of, did the Team 10 crew pay Jake Paul? No. Did Jake Paul get a cut of all of these people? Yes, most likely, and he should have gotten a cut. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you guys think there was something shady for asking for a cut? And, you know, also posing the question, well, why didn't they leave? Why didn't all of these people leave if they were bullying and didn't like the rules? And because he was making them famous. Fame is so intoxicating. Fame is the most addictive drug there is. You know, making a video on fame, you know, framing it about Jake Paul and fame would have been almost more interesting to me than making it about Jake Paul and sociopaths. Is Jake Paul a sociopath? No. Is he a fame addict? Yes. And iNabber quite articulately elaborated on it, you know, that his content or his demeanor changed once he started to get popularity. YouTube is a microcosm for the world. It's not anything I haven't seen before. I've seen so many celebrities go through this themselves. They sip a little of the Kool-Aid and it gets to their head. They start to behave differently, but it's still all them. Heck, even I was guilty of this in the past. I drank my own Kool-Aid. I thought my poop didn't stink. And guess what? It did. It did. And thankfully I had a wake-up call and I realized that before I totally lost touch with all. I mean, I did lose touch with reality. Let's get real. But Shane did such a great job of painting out who Jake Paul used to be. Alleged domestic violence, spitting in his girlfriend's face, according to the girlfriend, allegedly being a racist, all of just the stupid things that he did that was shock value and outrageous that worked on YouTube because his audience is young. His audience is dumb. Not dumb, but his audience is young, and young kids like dumb shit. Young kids like it. So, they talk a lot about Logan Paul also. Oh yeah, here's what I was getting at. After such a great job that Shane did of painting Jake Paul out to be who he was, why would anybody keep watching? I may watch just to try to get reviews out of it, to get video views. But if I was a normal YouTube consumer, I wouldn't watch. I saw enough on part 1. I don't want redemption. I don't care. I don't want exposing. I don't care. And there was also something that was almost a falsity to it. Like, oh, they were trying to give you the outcome already. Well, if he does this, it's fake. And if he does that, it's fake. No, let me break it down for you. Jake Paul is exaggerating, has been exaggerating, but that's Jake Paul. That is the essence of him that's been heightened, okay? YouTube just brought who he was and made that times 100. But he's not totally different in real life. No. I know people like, I just know things, okay? The Jake Paul whom you see on YouTube is the Jake Paul in the real world. Only Jake Paul in the real world isn't on at all times. He's he's not a robot. I'm sure he has his down moments and he's not always. So he doesn't need to apologize for faking anything. He didn't fake anything. He just got caught up in all of the YouTube-ness of everything and new fame. New fame. I mean, I went through that with Lady Gaga. Talk about what new fame can do to somebody. On the level that she was. And to their credit, Jake and Logan Paul have gotten a lot of mainstream attention, way more than Shane Dawson. The mainstream media hasn't ever, except for the time of the inappropriate jokes, you know, the underageness, they've never really covered Shane. They cover the Paul brothers. I don't think they'll cover this video. Mainstream media, who cares about an 8-part series on Jake Paul? But yeah, good part 1. Shane continues to do great work. I don't know. I really don't want to waste my time watching more, but we'll see if I do. Depends on how many views this video gets. But bam. So, if you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment, share, let all your friends know to watch this. Do you agree with me and my points when I'm making? I am an expert. I do know what I'm talking about. Follow my family channel. Subscribe to this channel. I post videos every day. Mazel, I love ya. Holiday.